Good evening. A British couple killed in a helicopter crash in Greece. They were on their honeymoon. A widow in Sweden, 78 years old, faces deportation after 21 years. The body of an Iranian pilot returned from Qatar while accusations fly between governments. People caught in the machinery. Some of it moves fast, some of it grinds slow. Arsenal may be looking to strengthen their squad further before the transfer window closes. Manager Mikel Arteta has hinted that more signings could be on the way as the club prepares to defend its Premier League title. Arteta also revealed he has had what he described as an important conversation with Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola. He did not say what the two managers discussed. Guardiola previously managed Arteta at City, where Arteta served as his assistant before taking the Arsenal job. The Gunners won the league last season. They are now preparing for the challenge of retaining their crown while potentially adding new faces to the squad. talkSPORT reported this. The Trump administration is planning to detain thousands of migrant children in a new large-scale facility. Officials are searching for operators to run what they're calling an emergency influx facility campus. The site would hold up to 3,000 unaccompanied children who have crossed the border. Under the plan, 8 children would share a single room. Each room would have just one toilet, one shower, and one sink between them. The administration has not yet announced where the facility would be located or when it might open. Independent reported this. A British man and his wife have died in a helicopter crash in Greece. The couple were on their honeymoon when the accident happened. Their names have now been released by authorities. The crash occurred in Greece, though no further details about the location or circumstances have been made public. Both victims were killed in the incident. The couple had been celebrating their recent marriage at the time of their deaths. Sky News reported this. A gold mine has collapsed in the Central African Republic. At least 30 miners are dead. The mine was in the Aba region of Nana Mambere Prefecture. It was what's known as an artisanal mine, a low-tech operation. One of the miners who survived is Florian Gagende. He gave details of what happened. The Central African Republic is one of the world's poorest countries, despite its mineral wealth. Small-scale mining operations like this one employ thousands of people, but often lack basic safety measures. The Hindu reported this. A volcano in Sicily has erupted. Mount Etna sent smoke and ash into the sky today. The eruption comes just a day after a deadly incident on the same mountain. An American tourist was killed by a lightning strike while hiking on the volcano. The tourist died from the strike. Mount Etna is one of Europe's most active volcanoes and a popular destination for visitors to Sicily. Euronews reported this. Mount Etna has erupted in Sicily. The day before, a US tourist was killed by lightning on the volcano. Qatar says it returned the body of an Iranian pilot and denies holding 3 others. Qatar says it has returned the body of an Iranian pilot to Tehran. The government also denies it is holding 3 other Iranian nationals. As Iran has claimed, Doha invited Iran to send a technical team to review its search operation. Tehran did not respond to that offer. Qatar is now calling the Iranian accusations false and illogical. The Qatari government suggests the claims may be intended for a domestic audience inside Iran. No further details have been provided about the pilot's identity or the circumstances of the case. Euronews reported this. Israel has issued a tender for more than 1,200 new settlement homes in occupied East Jerusalem. The construction would take place in the southern part of an area known as E1, east of the city. The tender was published on Tuesday. Israel has occupied East Jerusalem since 1967. The international community considers settlements built on occupied land to be illegal under international law. The E1 corridor is particularly sensitive. Building there would further separate Palestinian communities in the West Bank from Jerusalem. Middle East Eye reported this. Manchester City have lost one of their most important players. The Premier League club has confirmed that Rodri has transferred to Barcelona. The Spanish midfielder captained his country to World Cup victory. He's now joining one of Europe's biggest clubs. The move reunites him with Spanish football after his years in England with City. Barcelona have completed the signing of the 28-year-old. Rodri won multiple trophies during his time at the Etihad Stadium. His departure leaves a significant gap in City's midfield. ESPN Soccer reported this. Artificial intelligence data centers will face new rules in Pennsylvania. The state's governor has signed an executive order setting requirements for companies that want to build the facilities there. The order imposes regulations on how these centers can be established and operated. Pennsylvania is positioning itself in the growing competition among American states to attract technology infrastructure. Data centers require massive amounts of electricity and land, making them significant economic projects that states actively pursue. Channel News Asia reported this. British pensioner is facing deportation from Sweden after more than 2 decades living there. Joyce Thomas has lost her appeal to stay in the country where she's lived for 21 years. She's 78 years old, she's a widow. The case centers on how Sweden has handled residency rights after Brexit. Thomas says she's sick with worry about being forced to leave. She's called the situation hell. The dispute is part of a growing row over Sweden's approach to EU withdrawal. Other British residents may be watching closely to see what happens in cases like hers. Guardian Migration reported this.